Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks, and today I'm going to talk about VOLTAS, a Tata Group company which is a top supplier of white goods in ACs. So let's understand whether you should buy this stock or avoid it. Let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I start with analysis of Voltas, here's a small request that kindly support me through Patreon, and once you do that, it will help me grow the channel here on YouTube, and will help you also ask me questions, a number of questions on Patreon with respect to stocks and portfolio. And once I have more than 200 patrons on Patreon, I'll definitely start with a education course on YouTube for free. Now about Voltas, the company was formally established in 1954, and they focuses on providing top-class AC for business and retailers, and particularly they are big on selling Voltas in retail places in metros, and one of the best quality ACs that they have. Even I'm using one AC currently that has been set up since 2011 August September, and it has been running decently. Needed a few repair here and there over this 8-9 years, but that's just about it. Very good quality, and I must say that the company has grown by leaps and bounds because of this quality standards. It is a leader in commercial AC services and nationwide presence. Currently the market cap is around 16-17,000 crores. If you look at the financials of the company, although in this quarter the sales have remained flat, where the profit has dipped by around 1.3%. But remember, December quarter is not the best for AC, and this is the December quarter number, not Q2 but Q3 numbers. A low debt, promoter holding is low, but high domestic institutional holding. So promoter holding is less than 50%, but domestic institutional holding is pretty high. So the equity base is not that large. Return on equity is close to 13%. Operating profit margin is slightly lower by 7%. And yes, lower taxes has helped the numbers become even better, otherwise the loss would have been even more. But then you need to consider that this is the December quarter, and probably March and June would be good for the company. So if you look at the performance of the stock, that has been a cause for concern for people who are invested into Voltas, and probably this is an opportunity for people who want to get into Voltas. So stock has given smart returns in the last 5 years. It has grown by around 18-20% easily year on year. There's strong brand leadership and top management, but over the last, you can say, a few months, stock has fallen, and I'll discuss about this later on in this presentation. But just to tell you about the net profit margin, it is pretty low, and it went into negative for this quarter, and obviously so when the net profit comes out to be negative, the stock has corrected sharply since February. So from around 730 740 levels, it is now down to 430. So correction of more than 40%. Currently it is trading at 29-30 times earnings, and it is reasonably priced. So not very expensive, but not extremely cheap, but still it is very reasonably priced, and you can start buying into it. A dividend payout is decent. Currently the dividend yield is around 1%. So I believe it is a long-term gem. Currently the valuations are reasonable at around 29-30 times. It's not very expensive. Normally these kind of stocks trade at 50-60 times earnings if the earnings really get traction. But we could see, because of the current situations in the market, that the stock may not perform well for the next 1 or 2 quarters, and this year the summers could be bad for AC companies. So this year could be a washout for Voltas itself, but over the next 6 months, if you can accumulate, next year could be extremely big. So market leader in AC, valuations very attractive. And remember that AC penetration in India is in single digits, is at very low levels, and with the kind of electrification that is going on, and things that are taking up by the government, and with things normalizing, I suppose in the next 4 or 5 months, with respect to markets and equilibrium, everything else, we'll see this product getting more market share, and sold into the market more in Feb in the March quarter next year. So probably in 8-9 months time you'll see the mojo back in companies like Voltas. So next 6 months are crucial to add on to such stocks. Market cap is only 16,000 crore. This stock could easily trade at 50-60,000 crore market cap. A high institutional holding is also a positive. If you look at the technicals of the company, so this is interesting. Strong support is around the 400 levels. Currently, the stock is trading around 450, 460. The short term support is very nearby at 425. But this has fallen around 40-42% from the February highs, and this is because of what has happened in the market. The market fell from 12,400 all the way to 7,500. So these stocks had to fall because we know that the whole of this year would be washout for companies which are primarily related to selling their products in the summers. So one has to be very much mindful of this fact that the summer season for ACs are big, for cold drink manufacturers, bottle manufacturers, and so on and so forth, juices, for ice cream makers, the big HULs, etc. This summer season is huge, and this is going to be a real troublesome period for the next 6 months. So again, all these consumption companies are going to suffer this way or that way, and hence that is why there have been selling lately in consumption stocks like HUL, Britannia, and even Asian Paints, because the paint industry would suffer with the monsoon season coming up. So all said and done, and all things taken into consideration, it looks like that the next 6-8 months are very good opportunity to get into all these consumption stocks at least between 20 to 40% discount, and Voltas is no different. So it has fallen 40% from the peak. The 200 DMA is around 640 rupees. Currently the stock is around 450 rupees. Any dip towards 400 is a big buying opportunity, and major breakout is expected above 535.40. You never know that the market turns around and these stocks starts making new high from June onwards, or start making a move from June onwards and making new highs by January. So next 3-4 months are very crucial for you to accumulate top businesses like Voltas, which is debt free, and you can buy even at these levels and invest into the company. So what needs to be done? In my opinion, you can buy close to levels of sorry, this is 480, round about 480 when it makes a move, not 780. So my mistake there. It is a market leader. Look for massive falls to accumulate such stocks. So any rise towards 480 would be a good buying opportunity, because then you will have a nice stop loss at 400. Any dip towards 380, 400 would again be a very good buying opportunity. Remember that Voltas and Blue Stars are not quite real competitors, but Voltas have their own niche, its own niche of you can say customers, and they supply to them in commercially as well, whereas Blue Star do it in you can say apart from offices. Blue Star have other businesses as well. Blue Star has a very you can say strong business of water purifier, air purifier, etc., whereas Voltas is an exclusive player in the AC domain. So look for massive falls to accumulate, and these levels of 450, 460 are very attractive. Do not trade into such stocks. It is a very good long-term buy. Keep accumulating over the next 6 months. So if you have around 60,000 rupees to invest into Voltas, do it 10,000 rupees every month till October, and you'll be very well acquainted with a nice buy price, buy average to continue with. So this was my video on Voltas. Please like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Kindly subscribe to my channel for sure. Thanks a lot for watching.